God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My beloved Son, today I surround you with the strength of my eternal love to remind you that nothing you have lived has gone unnoticed by me. Every silent tear, every attempt to start again, every thought you kept hidden in your heart was seen, embraced, and transformed into seeds of purpose, and even when you believed you were walking alone, I was sustaining your steps with my hand. I know the nights when you felt small before your challenges, the moments you believed you weren't worthy, the inner battles no one ever knew about, and that is why I tell you, what you call weakness, I see as raw material for your strength. What you call delay, I transform into perfect timing. What you call loss, I turn into fertile ground for the abundance I am preparing for you. Do you feel ready for a deep change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes all we need is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and the blessings I have already prepared. A simple 1-minute prayer can begin a spiritual journey that transforms the inside and reflects on the outside. If you want to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, spiritual and material, click on the link in the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, lovingly guided, that will help you connect more deeply with my presence in your life. Son, nothing was in vain, nothing was wasted, nothing was lost in the silence of the journey. I am rewriting your story with lines of hope, aligning every piece, strengthening every part that once felt broken, and guiding you toward a destiny greater than your expectations. Remember what is written, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John chapter 8 verse 12. Walk in my light, for the best is on its way. Comment, I trust God's plans for my life. I know, my son, that sometimes the weight you carry feels too heavy for one heart to bear. I know you try to be strong for everyone, try to smile when you feel like disappearing, try to hide your pain so as not to worry those you love. But I see beyond the surface. I see the secret layers of your soul where you quietly store frustrations, painful memories, unspoken fears, and invisible tears. The world doesn't know the strength it takes for you to get out of bed on certain days, but I know, and that is why I tell you, you were not born to carry everything alone. There are sufferings I never intended for you to face by yourself. There are inner battles that can only be won when you give me what is weighing down your soul. My son, allow yourself to rest in me. Allow yourself to feel my embrace that does not judge, demand, or condemn, but comforts and heals. Today, as you read these words, I am touching the very wounds you try to ignore, because I want to free you from what no longer belongs to your path. Comment, God knows my heart and sustains me. My beloved son, I am entering areas of your life that were locked for years, touching memories that still hurt and feelings you hid because you believed no one would ever understand. But know that I am not doing this to expose you, but to rebuild you from the center of your soul. Many of the pains you carry do not reveal weakness, but sensitivity in a world that tries to harden hearts. You faced rejections that wounded your identity, crossed emotional deserts in silence, and fought thoughts that tried to distort who you truly are. But I tell you, none of this defines you. because I am cleansing the soil of your mind, removing old roots, breaking lies that limited your vision, and restoring your ability to feel true joy again. I am touching every wounded part with care, for I know you more deeply than any word spoken or pain lived. Remember what is written, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Psalm 34 verse 18. From the beginning I have been the one who searches, heals, wipes, and renews, and that is why I say, do not fear the process. The healing has already begun, and nothing can stop what I am doing in you. Comment: God is healing my emotions. You became accustomed, my son, to carrying a strength no one saw being formed. People see you standing, but they don't know how many times you fell. They see you smiling, but they don't imagine the silence that accompanies you at night. They see your achievements, but they don't know the sacrifices you made to reach this point. They admire your patience, but they don't see the inner battles you fought to keep from losing control. They see your generosity, but they don't know the times you gave what you yourself needed. You learned to offer the best even when you had little. You learned to love even when you weren't loved. You learned to be light even when you walked through inner shadows. But now I tell you, the time of divine exchange has come. What you planted in silence will be seen openly. What you watered with tears will bloom with honor. What you endured quietly will be rewarded with double glory. Son, you gave much, now you will receive much. Comment: my harvest is coming. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. My son, just as the earth needs rain to awaken seeds that have long slept beneath the soil, your soul also needed to pass through the seasons you faced. Do not think for a moment that I abandoned you on the cloudy days. Those were the moments when I was preparing the ground for a breakthrough that could only emerge from deep within your spirit. You are not late, you are not far behind, and you are not lost. My hand has been upon you the whole time, shielding you from dangers you never saw, aligning your steps even when you felt confused, closing doors that would have harmed you, and opening paths you have not yet discovered. Many of the delays you resented were actually deliverances you do not yet understand. I was there when your strength was gone, and still you pressed forward. I was there when you felt worthless, whispering to your spirit that you belong to me. And remember what is written, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23 verse 4. My son, you never walked alone. I led you through every step, every valley, every season. Comment: God has always been with me. Today I speak something new over your life, something powerful enough to touch areas you believed would never be restored again. I am bringing order where there was confusion, peace where anxiety once lived, strength where fatigue tried to weaken you, and clarity where doubt clouded your vision. I am rebuilding relationships that were damaged, opening doors that seemed locked forever, bringing people who will honor your heart, and removing from your path those who drained your energy. I am renewing your emotional, physical, and spiritual health. I will teach you to rest without guilt, to breathe without fear, to believe without hesitation. My son, you spent far too long merely surviving. Now you will begin to truly live. You will know what it feels like to wake up without heaviness, to walk without fear, and to dream without limitation. And more than this, you will witness with your own eyes what it means for me to be your provider, your comforter, and your guide. Nothing in your life will remain outside my reach, and nothing will escape my care. I am restoring you from the inside out, shaping every detail with precision and love, and preparing you for a season of abundant renewal. Comment: I receive God's restoration. My son, there is a fresh anointing being poured over you right now, an anointing that does not depend on your merit, but on my grace, not born from human strength, but from the breath of my Spirit. I am awakening gifts that were dormant within you, sharpening your spiritual vision, and expanding your sensitivity to perceive my voice with clarity. I am giving you discernment to identify paths, to recognize intentions, and to choose with wisdom. I am lifting heavy burdens from your shoulders and replacing them with lightness. I am exchanging your insecurity for courage and your indecision for direction. And just as I renewed the lives of men and women in my word, so I renew you now. It is written, "Behold, I make all things new." Revelation chapter 21 verse 5. This promise belongs to you today. You will see newness of life, newness of purpose, and newness of strength rising within you. My Spirit is shaping you not just to experience what you asked for, but to step into what I have prepared, something far greater, far deeper, far more extraordinary than your expectations. I am transforming you from within and equipping you for a divine season unlike anything you have ever known. Comment: God is making all things new in my life. My son, now I want you to understand a profound truth. You are no longer who you were before. Something within you has been transforming from the moment you chose to hear my voice. You may not recognize it yet, but your mind is already shifting. Your thoughts are aligning with my truth. Your vision is expanding beyond old limitations. The things that once crushed you are losing their power. The shadows that once intimidated you now shrink in the light of my presence. I am strengthening you in areas you once believed were impossible to change. I am teaching you to walk without fear, to love without restraint, and to trust without hesitation. You will live days of peace unlike anything you have ever experienced, and you will feel a renewal that surprises you even in the smallest details. I am reorganizing your entire story, piece by piece, chapter by chapter, healing what was broken and illuminating what was hidden. And soon you will understand why so many chapters were painful. They were shaping the protagonist you were destined to become. Everything you went through was molding you into someone stronger, wiser, and ready for the greatness I have prepared. Comment: I am living God's transformation. My beloved child, there is a sacred truth unfolding within your journey, one that you have not fully perceived yet, but that has been guiding every breath, every step, every season that your heart has survived. Nothing in your life has been random. Nothing has been wasted. Even the moments that felt like silence were, na verdade, intervals de preparo, tempos onde eu estava alejando o invisível para manifestar o impossible. You must understand this. Your life is not defined by what you lost, but by what I have been building quietly inside you. Every door that closed, every unexpected turn, every situation that forced you to breathe deeply and start again was part of a structure only I could design. While you thought something went wrong, I was arranging every detail with a precision that exceeds human logic. You don't always understand, but you have always been safe. You don't always see the path, but I have been opening one long before you knew you needed it. Not a single tear has fallen unnoticed. Not a single prayer has been ignored. You are walking under a guidance that transcends circumstances, and even when your mind trembles, my purpose for you does not. There are times when you feel the weight of uncertainty pressing against your chest, making you question your ability to continue. You look at the pieces of your life and wonder how they could ever form something meaningful. Yet I tell you, I am already restoring what you believed was irreparable. I am breathing life into areas you thought were finished. I am awakening dreams you buried because you thought they were too big for someone like you. What I rebuild is never superficial, porque eu trabalho no profundo. I touch memories you've tried to hide, heal wounds you stopped mentioning, untie knots in your soul that have been tightening over the years. Every emotion that resurfaced was not to hurt you again, but to free you from what once shaped you incorrectly. I am transforming wounds into wisdom, disappointment into maturity, pain into power. Nothing you endured will be useless. Everything will be used to push you further, to lift you higher, to shape in you the strength needed for what is coming. There are opportunities already forming on the horizon of your destiny, doors that you cannot yet see but that have already begun to open. You were not born for a stagnant life. You were not created to remain where you are. I am orchestrating conversations, movements, and environments to position you exactly where you need to be. People who will lift you, rather than drain you, are already being drawn into your path. Connections that will shape your next season are aligning with precision. While you doubt your readiness, I have already equipped you. While you question your worth, I have already declared your identity. While you hesitate to step forward, I have already prepared the ground you will walk on. Nothing about your future is accidental. You have been woven with purpose, intention, and divine detail. Your sensitivity, often mistaken for weakness, is actually one of the greatest lights I placed in you, a compass to guide your steps and a lantern for others walking in darkness. Inside you, something quiet but unwavering has been growing. A strength that does not shout but stands firm. A hope that survives storms. A courage that awakens slowly, yet powerfully, every time life attempts to silence you. This inner force will be essential for the next chapters of your journey. Not because they will be difficult, but because they will be great. Expansion requires courage. Elevation demands trust. Promises fulfilled require a heart anchored in my presence. And although there will still be moments where you question yourself, moments where silent doubts try to convince you that you are not capable, I assure you with absolute authority, you will succeed. Not because you rely on your own strength, but because I walk with you. I go ahead of you. I surround you. I sustain you. When you learn to trust, there is no room for fear. When you learn to rest in me, doubts dissolve. When you recognize that I prepared everything beforehand, you realize that nothing can truly stand against what I have ordained. Victories are already approaching you, victories that cannot be stopped, delayed, or stolen. What belongs to you by my decision is protected by my power. No human interference can sabotage it. No obstacle can block it. No resistance can withstand my hand. When I say something is yours, it is because it is already ready. You are the one being prepared to receive it in the right moment. I am removing obstacles, clarifying directions, and guiding your steps toward a season where what once felt impossible will unfold naturally. You will recognize my fingerprints in every detail. You will see how every delay was actually protection, how every no was a redirection, how every waiting season was a strengthening of your spirit. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has been transformed. And the breakthroughs approaching you are not fragile, they are sealed, established, and divinely timed. Your prayers have never been ignored. Even the ones whispered in fear, the ones repeated endlessly in sleepless nights, the ones spoken with trembling lips when you thought your faith was too small to be heard, they all reached my heart. I collected every request, every tear, every silent plea, and now I am turning petitions into answers, cries into courage, confusion into clarity. I am silencing the internal voices that echo old wounds, old labels, old fears. I am replacing them with whispers of grace, grace that restores, lifts, and reminds you of who you are in me. You are not defined by your past, by what others said, or by what you once believed about yourself. You are defined by my love, my design, my calling. And I designed you with intention. You think deeply because I crafted your mind with depth. You feel intensely porque eu de a você coração sensível ao mundo espiritual. You dream boldly because I planted visions in your spirit that cannot be contained by a limited life. Everything is reorganizing in your favor. Not because you manipulate circumstances, but because I am rearranging them on your behalf. I want you to begin declaring victory over your life, not based on what you see, but based on what I have already established. Things are shifting. Foundations are being strengthened. Opportunities are being released. New seasons are approaching with divine precision. You will step into places you once believed were unreachable. You will witness restoration in areas that seemed lost. You will experience peace where pain used to linger. You will feel clarity where confusion once lived. I am not only rewriting your story, I am expanding it, elevating it, transforming it into something that will inspire others long after you have crossed into your promised territories. My child, breathe deeply and take this truth into your spirit. Nothing is out of place. Nothing is out of time. Nothing has escaped my control. What you are walking toward is greater than what you left behind. And the person you are becoming is stronger, wiser, and braver than the one who once doubted if they would make it. I have walked with you through valleys you never spoke of. I have protected you from battles you never knew were coming. I have lifted you in moments where you thought you were standing alone. And I will continue to walk with you. The next chapters of your journey are rich with purpose, filled with divine encounters, marked by profound healing and unexpected breakthroughs. Keep your heart open, keep your spirit receptive, keep your faith alive. I am not finished with you, I am only beginning. And what I am preparing is more beautiful than anything you have ever imagined. There comes a moment in every journey when you must stop waiting for everything around you to change and instead choose to believe that change begins within you. Belief is not a reaction to perfect circumstances, it is the force that reshapes circumstances from the inside out. Your words carry extraordinary power when they align with the future you are building. When you declare victory, you invite strength. When you affirm peace, you open space for clarity. When you speak hope, you soften the hard ground of your inner world and prepare it for growth. Just as the earth must be made ready before receiving a seed, your heart must be softened before receiving transformation. You are being prepared for new beginnings, hope renewed, vision expanded, faith strengthened. You are learning to walk even without full understanding and to rest even in the presence of uncertainty. This inner preparation ensures that when the new arrives, you will receive it fully, without fear, without hesitation, and without losing yourself in the process. Your mind has fought battles in silence, battles against thoughts that tried to belittle your value, rob your peace, or convince you that you are late, lost, or lacking. But those thoughts lose all power when you choose to listen to the voice of inner truth rather than the noise of insecurity. The truth that strengthens never confuses. The truth that empowers never condemns. The truth that heals never weakens. Whenever your mind feels overwhelmed, return to the reality of your resilience. Remember the storms you endured, the moments you survived when breaking felt inevitable, the strength you held when everything around you pointed toward collapse. You have risen from seasons that would have crushed others. You have walked through uncertainty and found clarity. You have been shaped by challenges that sharpened your intuition, deepened your wisdom, and expanded your emotional endurance. Nothing within you is fragile, not your courage, not your faith, not your capacity to rebuild. Everything you carry has been forged through experience, pressure, and perseverance. Now, clarity is beginning to settle where confusion once lived. Areas of your life that felt tangled, heavy, or uncertain are being reorganized. Old emotional patterns are finding their place. Important decisions that once felt overwhelming are gaining definition. Worn-out relationships are either healing or clearing, opening space for healthier connections. Paths that once seemed closed are revealing new possibilities. Your inner world is aligning with your outer circumstances, and although the work is quiet, its results will become unmistakably visible. You will feel peace where anxiety used to reside. You will feel openness where tension once held you hostage. You will walk with certainty where doubt used to sabotage your steps. Something significant is being prepared for your life, something that requires you to be centered, grounded, and strong. Big answers require deep faith. Big breakthroughs require full trust. Big transformations require surrender. You are being prepared for abundance in every dimension: emotional abundance, spiritual depth, mental clarity, material progress, and relational harmony. You are also being reminded that nothing in your journey has been coincidence. Every moment, both painful and beautiful, has shaped your perception, expanded your wisdom, and refined your purpose. Even now, as you read these words, old discouragement is being lifted from your shoulders. The weight of inadequacy is being dissolved. The fear of not being enough is losing its influence. You are being strengthened in places where you were once fragile. You are being restored in areas you believed were permanently damaged. What once felt final is becoming the foundation for something greater. Every challenge expanded your endurance. Every disappointment strengthened your discernment. Every victory proved your resilience. Every setback revealed your capacity to rise again. You are not stepping backward, you are stepping upward. You are not breaking, you are evolving. The next version of you is wiser, calmer, more confident, and more aligned with your true purpose. You are entering a new level, not a level defined by pressure, but by awareness. When you realize the strength that has always been within you, fear loses its grip. When you understand that growth is possible even in uncertainty, confidence expands. When you recognize that what lies ahead is brighter than what you left behind, your steps become lighter. What is being built within you now will soon become visible in every part of your life. A more mature faith, a clearer vision, a deeper peace, a steadier strength, a more alive hope, these will be the signs of the transformation occurring within you. Do not underestimate what is unfolding. Do not diminish the magnitude of your evolution. Do not let your rational mind reduce what your spirit understands. Simply allow yourself to receive what this season brings. Allow the inner growth to anchor you. Allow the quiet changes to shape your direction. Everything being placed within you now will become essential for the victories ahead. You are not standing still, you are being prepared. Your heart is being aligned with your purpose. Your mind is being recalibrated to support your next chapter. Your emotions are settling into a new rhythm, one that will carry you with more harmony and less resistance. There are feelings inside you that you've tried to manage alone for far too long. Carrying them silently has drained parts of your peace and dimmed parts of your spark. But you are learning that you don't have to arrange everything within yourself all at once. You are learning that releasing is as important as rising. Letting go is as necessary as growing. Trusting the process is as powerful as striving. You are allowed to feel tired while still choosing hope. You are allowed to feel uncertain while still moving forward. Strength is not the absence of vulnerability, it is the decision to continue despite it. At this moment, you stand between who you were and who you are becoming. This space can feel confusing, because it holds both the echoes of your past and the whisper of your future. But it is here, in this in-between place, that your greatest transformation is taking root. You are learning to navigate life not through fear, but through awareness. Not through haste, but through intention. Not through doubt, but through clarity. The person you are becoming no longer forces life to make sense in order to move forward. Instead, you are learning to move forward so that life can make sense. You are learning to trust timing instead of fighting it. You are learning to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You are learning to perceive progress even when it unfolds slowly, quietly, and subtly. What once overwhelmed you will soon empower you. What once confused you will soon guide you. What once felt heavy will soon feel purposeful. You are growing in ways you have not yet fully recognized. You may still feel a mix of faith and exhaustion, hope and uncertainty, strength and vulnerability, all at once. This does not mean that something is wrong. It means that you are transitioning into a new emotional, mental, and spiritual landscape. Your heart is adjusting to a broader vision. Your mind is adapting to deeper clarity. Your spirit is expanding to hold greater possibilities. Everything within you is evolving. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not failing. You are becoming. And every step you take, whether bold or trembling, counts. Trust that this season is shaping you for what is coming. Trust that your inner work is preparing you for external breakthroughs. Trust that your quiet transformation is building the foundation for a life richer, fuller, and more aligned with your purpose. Keep moving, keep believing, keep rising. You are stepping into a future that has been waiting for you to grow into it. There are moments in your life when you feel the weight of moving forward, as if every step requires more courage than you possess, and yet something within you keeps urging you not to give up. You've tried so many times to rise, and although your heart longs to advance, the fear of trying again has held you still. I want you to understand something deeply. Your hesitation does not diminish your worth, nor does your fragility diminish your strength. You've been carrying expectations that were never meant to be carried alone. You've forced yourself to look strong even when your soul was trembling, as if needing help were a sign of failure. But hear this truth: there is no weakness in admitting that you need guidance, no shame in opening the hidden places of your heart, no defeat in acknowledging that your human strength is not always enough. I am here, not to demand perfection from you, but to embrace you, fully, gently, completely. My presence lifts, it does not burden. My love restores, it does not accuse. My purpose for your life does not crumble when you feel uncertain. It only deepens, waiting patiently for the moment when you allow yourself to rest in the arms that have always held you. I have been with you in each season of your life, even in the ones you believed you walked alone. I saw the tears you hid in your pillow at night, the ones you didn't let anyone else see. I was present in the quiet hours when your mind moved in circles searching for peace and finding none. I heard the thoughts you buried because you didn't want to trouble anyone, and I knew the burdens behind every silent sigh. You may not have noticed, but I never left your side. When your soul cried for rest, I felt it. When you longed for an invisible embrace that could steady your trembling spirit, I moved closer. I watched you push yourself when you had nothing left to give, offering smiles on the outside while your heart was breaking inside. I know the promises you whispered to yourself, promising you wouldn't collapse, promising you'd endure. I know the quiet resilience you tried to carry on your own, and I know how heavy it became. But today, I want you to receive this truth: you are not a burden. You do not exhaust me. You do not overwhelm the heart that created you. I hold you because I desire to, because my love for you is immeasurable, because I have placed purpose inside of you that nothing can erase. If only you understood how precious your value is, you would never doubt what I am preparing for your life. Your worth does not fluctuate with your performance, nor does it fade when you feel small, tired, or imperfect. Your value was established long before your first breath, woven into your being with intention, love, and purpose. Even when you stumble, even when you fall short of your own expectations, your worth remains untouched. Let this truth settle within you: your value is not defined by what you do, but by who you are. Your identity is not shaped by your darkest moments, your deepest fears, or your most painful failures. I have called you mine, and nothing can cancel that. There were days when you felt misunderstood, but I understood you completely. Days when you thought no one truly loved you, yet my love for you stood unwavering. Days when you felt like you had no shelter, but I surrounded you with my presence even when you didn't perceive it. Each moment of fear, each moment of sorrow, each moment of uncertainty has been seen, felt, and carried by me. The pain you have lived through will not define your destiny. It has not been ignored nor forgotten, nor will it become your identity. You were not created to live imprisoned by the echoes of your past. I am transforming that pain, not as punishment, but as preparation. Every tear has become a seed of wisdom. Every wound has deepened your compassion. Every moment of suffering has opened a door within you that allows my grace to flow in ways you could not have imagined. What once felt like the end has become the foundation of strength you are discovering within yourself. Nothing that tried to break you has succeeded. You may carry scars, but those scars testify not to defeat, but to survival, resilience, and the unshakable truth that there is more ahead for you than behind you. You are being led into a season where you will no longer live under the shadow of what hurt you, but under the promise of what is being renewed within you. There is no fear in you that pushes me away. There is no failure in you that surprises me. There is no mistake in you that makes me withdraw my love. I know the depths of who you are, the shadows and the light, the questions and the hopes, the struggles and the dreams. Nothing about your story is unfamiliar to me. Every chapter that awaits you is already touched by grace, shaped by purpose, and guided by my hand. Even when the path ahead seems unclear, I want you to remember that I have already prepared the way. The light you are searching for is already within you because I placed it there long before you knew you would need it. You are not walking blind, you are walking guided. You are not wandering lost, you are being led, step by step, breath by breath, toward everything I promised you. I see the inner battles you face, the ones no one else knows about. I see the fears you try to silence, the doubts that whisper when the world grows quiet. I see the wounds you avoid looking at because they still hurt too much. Yet with absolute tenderness, I say this to you: I am beside you. I am watching over you with a love that never sleeps. I am already working in places you cannot see, aligning, repairing, restoring, healing. I want you to feel this nearness, not the kind that overwhelms, but the kind that brings peace. A presence that steadies your breath, settles your thoughts, and whispers hope into the cracks of your heart. My closeness does not demand strength from you, it provides it. My presence does not reopen your wounds, it heals them. My love does not rush your process, it accompanies you through it, faithfully and patiently. Something within you is healing even now, in this very moment. You may not feel it fully yet, but it is happening gently, silently, steadily. A peace is beginning to spread through the places where fear once lived. A calm is rising in the spaces where anxiety once spoke the loudest. This healing is not the result of your effort, but of my love working within you. Let it unfold without forcing it. Let it rise without questioning it. Healing is not the erasure of your story, it is the redemption of it. It is the transformation of pain into purpose, sorrow into wisdom, and brokenness into beauty. And as this healing deepens, a new strength is awakening within you, one that is not built on self-reliance, but on trust. One that does not collapse under pressure because it is grounded in something eternal. You are entering a time where the heaviness you've carried will begin to lift, and the clarity you've sought will begin to form. The uncertainty that once felt like a storm will give way to direction, and the fears that once paralyzed you will lose their power. Do not underestimate what I am doing within you. Do not dismiss the quiet moments where peace settles on your spirit. These are not coincidences, they are signs of the transformation unfolding inside of you. You are not who you were months ago, nor who you were years ago. You are being reshaped, renewed, refined. Every step you take, even the trembling ones, are steps I strengthen beneath you. Your story is moving toward restoration, not ruin. Toward purpose, not despair. Toward victory, not defeat. And as you continue forward, you will see that I was never distant, never silent, never absent. I was guiding, holding, lifting, and loving you through every single moment. And I am still doing so now. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.